Our trip to China flew north from Detroit, over the North Pole, through Russia, then south into Beijing from the north. It was a minus 73 degrees Fahrenheit during the polar part, but nice and warm and cloudy when we got into Beijing. We drove into downtown Beijing, where we stayed at the Howard Johnson Paragon. The next day, we headed to nearby Tiananmen Square and the Old City.
We want to see Mao's father. That's the mausoleum. He's inside. He's still here. He still influenced China. Mao. Forbidden to who? To ordinary people in old days. Because this is what we call the palace, imperial palace. The palace was built in 1406.
No, I want too many. I want. Beef.
and his son will be the 5th generation. Nothing changed. Original timber, original clay tiles, original walls, except for the new glass windows.
No dishwasher.
有没有那个洗碗机？没有。No dishwasher.
What about the electricity?
电有。Yeah. Electricity. Yeah.
At a nearby hotel, our welcome dinner featured the famous Peking duck.
More than soy sauce.
Yeah, too much meat.
After our Peking duck, we see Tiananmen Square one more time on our way back to the hotel. The next morning, on the way to the Temple of Heaven, we saw many people practicing Tai Chi and had an opportunity to try it ourselves with the help of a Tai Chi master.
Yeah, turn palm this way and then. Palm.
She has my dreams.
The Temple of Heaven, built 600 years ago, is where many Chinese emperors would make official prayers for a good harvest.
Good to produce a fresh water. I'm sorry, it's not good for lunch, only for pearls, all right?
Lunch was at a very nice hotel. In the afternoon, we were on the way to the Summer Palace, just outside of Beijing, where emperors and empresses cooled off in the hot summers. That evening, we sampled the distinctively different Chinese opera. An intriguing highlight of Chinese experience was a visit to a kung fu school for boys. It's a residential school.
目前咱们这所学校的学生呢，今年达到了将近1500。
Now the total enrollment of this school is 1,500.
Let's enjoy some of their very entertaining performances. On the way to the Great Wall of China, we made two major stops. The first to a jade art showroom, which included lunch.
See, he was quarantined. I don't want that lunch. I just want to...
Where we are now, we are here. Okay? We are here. And then we go inside, and then these are all the animals' road. This is the road they call Sacred Road. And then there are 13 emperors' tombs buried by the mountain, at the foot of the mountain.
We finally arrived at the Great Wall of China entrance at Badaling, where we took a cable car to the wall itself. We boarded our bus for the trip back to the hotel, but first we stopped briefly to see the site of the Beijing Olympic Games. We flew South China Airlines from Beijing to Shanghai to meet our Shanghai city guide, Christine.
Shanghai, now it's a modern city. Yeah, Shanghai was very small village. Actually, it was a small fishing village about 2,500 years ago. But today, Shanghai is financial center of China. Financial center, trade center, transportation center, and also economic center of China.
We stopped by the EF, or Education First office in downtown Shanghai. Go Ahead is owned by EF, founded 50 years ago in Switzerland, and they have 37,000 employees in 50 countries. They specialize in language training, education travel, cultural exchange, and degree programs. Next, on to our hotel, a beautiful Marriott. Dinner was in Lost Heaven, a very popular but dark restaurant. Food was very different, but tasty. On the way back to the hotel, we got a look at this modern, glitzy city of 24 million people. We got a chance to see the Jade Buddha Temple, a working Buddhist monastery near downtown Shanghai.
Because he's in charge of the Eastern Pride World. He can relieve people from all sufferings and pains. So we call him Medicine Buddha.
We proceeded along a walking tour, then visited the preserved Yuyuan classical Chinese gardens with rock, landscaping, plants, and fish.
This is a dish.
After dinner, we go to the Chinese acrobat show, a Cirque du Soleil type of entertainment. No photography was allowed, but here are some internet pictures to give you an idea of how much fun it is. Many of us made the trip to Suzhou, a city 2,500 years old and over 40% of it covered by water. Its canals lead to many places, including homes. At the silk factory, we saw the entire life cycle of the silkworm. The silk moth lays eggs, which turn into caterpillars. The caterpillars eat for about 4 months and then spin a cocoon. The caterpillar inside turns into a pupa, which then turns into a moth before the cycle starts again. The cocoons are unwound by people and then woven into the silk cloth. The Suzhou Museum holds ancient Chinese art, paintings, calligraphies, and crafts. The building itself is new, designed by I.M. Pei, a Chinese-American architect. The Humboldt Gardens have been on the site for about 900 years and is considered by some to be the best garden in South China. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Construction seems to be going on everywhere. This is the view from our hotel room. The Planning Museum is a source of pride of what a communist country can do. The city of Shanghai is managed by the city, and all land in China is owned by the government, and everyone must lease their property. Back at the hotel, we prepare to go to a delicious fancy dinner.
It's sticky rice. Uh-oh.
It's like a flat pizza crust. Yeah, it's got all the oils and
Hold on. There we go.
Oh, look at this food. Wow.
Sorry. What is this? Really? Yes. That's how I want to do it. They're right here too. But I have to say that, I mean, it's like...
We took the high-speed magnetic levitating train from downtown Shanghai on the way to the airport. Some of us went home, others went on to Hong Kong. Our city guide, Rosita, meets us on arrival in the new Hong Kong airport, and then it's on the way to our fancy hotel.
Making like today we go travel there, but they are like the sleeping volcanoes. And then the rocks in the city where we have people inhabited, that the rocks are granites.
After shopping, it's time for lunch on a floating restaurant. But first, we take a brief tour of the port of Hong Kong and its houseboats. Then, more shopping. First at another pearl jewelry store, and then on the streets of downtown Hong Kong. After wandering the market, we enjoyed some beverages aboard a leisurely night cruise of Hong Kong's Victoria Harbor. A wonderful evening is topped off when we were treated to some familiar Western food at Bubba Gump's, high above the city. A new city guide picks us up and takes us to the ferry station, passing Hong Kong's new giant Ferris wheel. The ride to Lantau is uneventful. The first surprise on Lantau Island is a beautiful swimming beach. The second was a tour of the small but old fishing village of Tai O, pretty much unchanged for centuries. The main attraction on Lantau Island these days is the giant Tiananmen Buddhist statue completed in 1993. It is one of 5 large Buddhas in China. To finish our trip, we visited the nearby Po Lin Monastery, had lunch, and took the cable car back to Hong Kong transportation. We flew from Hong Kong the next morning over eastern China, Japan, and Alaska en route to Seattle. We had left Hong Kong at 10:30 a.m. and arrived in Seattle at 7:30 a.m. the same day, despite a 13-hour trip. What a journey.